Good morning! Hello. How are you doing today? Oh, my eggs are done. 1 second. Oh, sheesh! Sheesh! The eggs are trying to speak to me. Can you see? It's saying, hello, eat me, eat me. And I overcooked the bacon, but I'm still gonna eat it because bacon's bacon. About to make some tortillas that my mom shipped me from San Diego. And then I have Archie boy over here. He's in a good mood. You in a good mood? Yeah? You're in a good mood, huh? Yeah, you are, boy. Aw. Anyway, I am so sorry. I'm like so hyper right now. I think the reason why is because I think I'm going insane. Insane. All right, we're gonna make some breakfast burritos. We'll only make it like probably 2 breakfast burritos. And then I'll sit and we'll have breakfast together. You'll watch me eat and I'll eat. Yeah. In here is we are going to make the tortillas. So these are tortillas from San Diego. My mom would ship me probably like a 3-pack of tortillas, and if you're like, I'm probably biased, but I have to say San Diego has the best Mexican food ever. So I think that's why she like when I eat out here, it's not the same. And don't get me wrong, like food's good here, but when it comes to like Mexican food, San Diego has the best like Mexican food. So my mom would ship me tortillas, and I would try to kind of like make some Mexican food just so that I can still get a taste of San Diego. So what we're doing here is we're just putting tortillas in there, and then we're gonna put the egg in there, and then I put some ketchup, and pretty much it's a basic burrito. It's just like, it's gonna be just heat the tortilla, put some bacon on it, and it's kind of hot. But yeah, tortilla done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break the bacon up, just so that I can eat it in like one piece, and then grab a fork. Put 1 egg in there, the egg in the center, put some ketchup, and then there we have the basic breakfast burrito. Basic. I'm pretty OCD about my folding, so gotta make it perfect because I would not eat the burrito if it's not perfect. I'm just kidding, I'll probably eat it. But rolled up like a little tortilla. A little burrito. Oops, blurry. There you go. Looking beautiful. Oh yeah, boy. Okay. All right, got my burritos ready to eat. So yeah, today I actually wasn't planning on doing a vlog because, to be quite honest, I was feeling not motivated at all. I was definitely feeling like, holy crap, I just need a break. And so I was like, you know what? This would actually be a good opportunity. This would be a good opportunity for me to talk about what I do to stay motivated and inspired. Because I think oftentimes, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you do, you're always going to get some kind of days where you just won't feel motivated to do anything. So I thought I'll share some tips on what we can do to kind of stay motivated and stay engaged and stay inspired and continue to kind of live the life that I always say, live the life that you want to live. So that being said, I do have a couple of things to do today. One being, oh my gosh, my freaking Bobo, that little dog camera thing, keeps alerting me that my dog is barking, and I think it's calling me out because I'm being kind of loud. what I'm trying to say is I do have quite a bit to do today. I have to go to the car dealership to get my car serviced and to get my smog check, because in Atlanta, every time you're close to your birthday, you have to get not a smog check, I'm sorry, like an emissions check. Is that the same thing? No, well, regardless, every year on your birthday, you have to get a emissions test, and you have, before you can renew your car registration. So when I was in California, your car registration renewal was constantly every year that you purchased the car. But in Atlanta, it's based on your birthday. So I guess, that is the coolest birthday card I can get. It's like, oh yeah, here, you have to pay for your car registration and get your emissions on your birthday. I mean, I obviously can do it earlier as my birthday's coming up, but it's a good reminder that your birthday's coming up and you're just getting old. Yeah. Gonna get my car serviced and get the emissions. What else? And to try to, find more motivation. Oh yeah, so that's what this whole video is all about, motivation. Anyway, so I thought I'll probably share different types of motivation that I do on a daily basis, because, to be quite honest, it's like every day, like I wake up and like, holy crap, here it is. And I think a lot of my friends know me as the guy that's just always positive. And so I always try to live that persona, because like, why be negative when literally the whole world is literally negative right now? So trying to bring more positivity into this world and just trying to kind of make an impact on anybody that I come across. But yeah, like it is hard. It's really, really hard to stay positive when you're just so many negative going on. And you know what that saying is, when you mix a positive and a negative, it becomes an overall negative. But I'm trying to become like a double positive, just so that, I can be able to inspire and make people's days happy. Bobo asked me, see, I am not lying, like, I can't show you my text message, but Bobo said that I'm bugging again. I really think the first and foremost thing that is important when you're feeling down, or when you're feeling uninspired, when you're feeling unmotivated, is to figure out what caused it. I think a lot of times we go into this cycle of constant unmotivation, and then we just kind of do whatever we can to kind of keep our mind busy. But when you keep your mind busy, it's essentially running away from the problem. And so I really think it's very, very important to really figure out what caused you to feel this way. And sometimes it can be just simple, like somebody just came off the wrong way, or somebody just said no to you in a way that you probably didn't perceive it correctly, or somebody posted something that wasn't even relevant to you that just kind of rubbed you the wrong way. I think it's important to acknowledge what caused you to kind of feel or go down this route of unmotivation. And I think that's the first and foremost thing. And a good example is I've been unmotivated the last 2 days. And last week, I would say there was a point where I was unmotivated too, but I think I was able to figure that out. And I'm starting to kind of identify it rather than just kind of accept that I'm being unmotivated. Yes, it's important to recognize it, but at the same time, I really think it's important to pinpoint what it is. And so, to be completely honest, the reason why I'm feeling unmotivated, and this is why I'm doing this vlog, is because I constantly deal with the fact of imposter syndrome. I constantly feel like my content is just basic, and I constantly feel like that, it's just hard to kind of keep up with the day-to-day grind, and of just doing the most and just only kind of having it reach a certain amount of audience. And then this is what inspired me to kind of just do it, but the resolution to that was I ended up just realizing that, this is just this entrepreneur life. And like in my last video, I mentioned that like there's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions that is going to happen, and that you just need to continue just to push forward and to even surround yourself with like people that will be able to lift you up and push you there. I'll pause right there to let it sink in, because I know I can tend to go on tangents, but I think I want to use this vlog as a day to like kind of really recognize. I do, like I said in my last video too, that I do want to mix it up with like sharing some mindset conversations and doing a little bit more day in the lives, but at the same time, day in the lives can be kind of like there's no purpose behind it. But this video is just purely talking about motivation, how we can stay motivated, and especially during these times. And you see what's going on with the world, especially during this time. This time more than ever, each and every individual needs motivation, inspiration. And so I'm gonna finish eating this part, and let me see my photo. Oh, it did it again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to probably recalibrate a photo and change it, not to Archie barking, but to Ethan is barking. That's what it should be. And then my phone is blowing up right now. So, and I'm not saying that just to be confident or cocky, but when my phone just blow up, I start getting like, oh my gosh, I feel like I need to respond, but fucking wait. This is important. Talking to you is more important. Talking to the camera is more important. And eating this burrito. Speaking of, what time is it? It's 11:37. Okay, I gotta leave in like 20 minutes. So, we're gonna stop this video, and then maybe, while I'm getting ready to leave, I'll go over what my next point is. See ya! Hey guys, I know, what was I gonna say? I was about to turn the camera back on when I was getting ready to go to the car dealership, but I got, there you go. I got sucked into something, and I looked at the time and I was running late to my car dealership appointment. So I had to rush, and I didn't have time to kind of film. And now by what I'm a car dealership, it's just get my car serviced. I typically have always been to the car dealership to get my car work done. That's just how my parents taught me to do it, and it works for me. Just getting the typical oil change and shebang, and I got my tail light fixed. But what I really wanted to use this time to kind of talk about is my second point in, what to do when you lose motivation or inspiration. And as we talked about earlier, when I was stuffing my mouth with that breakfast burrito, we talked about how we need to identify what that problem is that caused it to feel this way. And as I turned off the camera and I started thinking more about it, sometimes there may be not something that is tangible or something that you can kind of figure out what the root cause is. And sometimes we will just run into unmotivation and uninspiration. So I definitely understand there's that aspect of it, which leads to my second point. And if you feel unmotivated or uninspired, the second point is to do something that is passionate to you. So something that will get you that gratification, or something that's outside of what you currently do, like a work or a hobby. And just really kind of spend some time doing that and change it up as needed be. If you want to try a new hobby, do it. So for me, it is, I've been, as you know, I do CrossFit and I work out pretty much every day with a group of friends, and it works for me. Now, I did take it a step further, and I've always love to coach and to train, people to their fitness goals. And even in my corporate job, I was a trainer as well too, when it comes to bringing people on or trying to teach people on how to kind of become better employees, even franchisees as well. So I've always never wanted to let go of that. And I do believe that, when you're a coach or trainer, not only are you helping someone achieve their goals, but you're also sharpening your skills and your, I don't know why I'm having a hard time, words are not coming out of my mouth. I think it's just that midday afternoon, I'm ready for like just a cool down or like a relaxation. But getting back to my point, coaching is something that I've always wanted. Coaching is something that I've always loved to do. And so I coach at my gym that I'm currently at, which is Venture CrossFit. And I've been coaching there since I left corporate America. And not only am I expanding my network, but it is so gratifying seeing, people achieve their fitness goals and being a pivotal part of their growth. And there's one thing that I definitely helps motivate and inspire me. So, the thing to really consider is figure out a passion that is outside of what your day-to-day is, and, go after it. And it not only will you learn something new, and if it's something that is of a service, not only are you learning something new, but you're inspiring somebody else. And to that, it's something that's going to be interesting every single day. So that was the second piece of it, and I think it's time for me to get ready because I have to head to the gym in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to take you over to my bathroom. No, I'm not going to take you to my bathroom, but I'm going to change first, and then I'll give you my last point. What I wanted to end on this note is the last point of what I do when I'm feeling unmotivated, stuck, or uninspired. And I briefly talked about the first point, which was identifying what the issue or what that feeling or what triggered for me to feel this way. And then it kind of led into my second point of, however, sometimes we could just be feeling the way that we feel without any explanation. So it's like we just gotta kind of be more mindful of that and be able to kind of like respect ourselves to acknowledge that, because not everything is gonna have a logical reason why. And so then my next point was finding some sort of passion that is outside of what you currently do in your day-to-day. And I briefly talked about how I've been very passionate about CrossFit, and I am also like to, coach my clients and to be able to inspire them to achieve their fitness goals. And this leads into my third and final point. And it is actually a little bit of a mix between two things. And the first point is I think it's important to really have that strong circle. Is like having a circle that wants to see you succeed, having a circle that wants to see you win, that is always going to hold you accountable, that is always going to push you to the limits so that you're able to kind of keep, moving forward. And I think that is like very, very important when it comes to it. And I hate to say this, it's like ever since I moved to Atlanta, my circle began to become stronger, and I do have a support system in San Diego, and we, my best friend back home, we talk every day. They're always there for me, and out here I have a network of friends that have the best intentions at heart for me, and I'm more than grateful for that. And then and this is probably, I'll say this might be the fourth point, but the fourth point is always being a little bit more gentle with yourself and seeing more wins that you do in the day, because even like waking up can be a win. Looking at every single opportunity as a win, and even if things don't go your way, like looking at as if it's just a win that you were able to experience that. And that is ultimately going to be a mindset, and it is easier said than done. It takes a lot of discipline to be able to put yourself in that mentality. But I have been trying to be more thoughtful about that, because I have been, in my last video I talked about, I have been blessed with so many opportunities, and I need to remember to acknowledge that and to really, count them as like wins that happen. And these last 3 months And me leaving my last job has been a whirlwind, but I wouldn't change anything for it. And it taught me so much. It taught me a lot more humility, because I was constantly living in the future and I'm constantly worrying about the past and not letting any mistakes happen in the past, and then always thinking about what I need to do. And being able to kind of be in this mindset and this perspective, I've been able to be more humble and to appreciate a lot of the things that has happened to me. So I'm gonna leave at that. I'm gonna leave at that. I gotta leave actually right now because it's coming up on 4 minutes. But I am gonna end on this note, and just to kind of reiterate everything, these are the 4 things that help me when I'm feeling unmotivated or inspired, which is identifying what caused it. And secondly is being able to do something that you're passionate about, that is outside of what your normal day-to-day activity. And then third is having that strong circle of friends, or having that strong support system to be able to keep you going. And then the last piece is that mindset shift into thinking of everything that you do as an opportunity or as a win. And those are the 4 things that help me. If you want to share what 4 things or 2 things or 1 thing that helps you get going when you're feeling motivated, I'm all ears. It's always a beauty to kind of learn more about people and their perception and their experiences and their way of life. So that being said, I hope you guys have a good day. This kind of content that we just went over is something that I enjoy doing, and I'm going to really try better to incorporate more. And it doesn't need to be too serious. It can be very candid. I do have some other cool concepts that are in the works right now that can't wait to share with you guys. Well, I hope you have a good day. Gotta walk my dog, gotta send home my email, and gotta head to the gym. So have a great week, if not weekend, and I'll see you next week. So we talked okay, so we talked about okay, I cannot focus with this guy being here. Okay. So, I talked about earlier today is 2 points if we're feeling unmotivated or stuck. Oh my gosh. If I give it to you, will you leave me alone?